Indian military has made a 50 crore rupee gamble on its indigenous attack helicopters. Indian Army and the Indian Air Force will soon be armed with 156 LCH Prachand attack helicopters. Now, Prachand is a formidable beast and arguably the world's best attack helicopter at high altitudes. Combined with the lethal Apache, India will soon have a helicopter fleet capable of defending Bharat in any two-front war. But why such a huge investment in attack helicopters? India's security is facing increased threats of a two-front war. While on one hand, Pakistan has returned to its terror playbook, targeting civilians and Hindu pilgrims in Jammu and Kashmir, on the other hand, China is increasing its military infrastructure in occupied Tibet and even recently stationed its J-20 stealth fighters at Shigatse airport just 150 kilometers from India's border. India needs a weapon that can dominate the battlefield from the deserts of Rajasthan to the icy Himalayan heights in Ladakh or Arunachal. And the indigenous LCH Prachand has been custom designed for this dual role. It will complement India's other aerial assets including the Apache attack helicopters, the Rafale fighter jets, Sukhoi 30 MKI flankers, the LCA Tejas and a host of drones. But what makes the LCH Prachand stand out? The Defence Ministry has approved a 50 crore order with manufacturer Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The new order includes procuring 156 Prachand or LCH, out of which 90 will be for the Indian Army and 66 will be operated by the Indian Air Force. Once the contract is signed, the HAL will target to deliver these choppers within the next 5 to 6 years. With an indigenous content of 45% currently, the series production will see increased indigenization up to 55%. But what weapons is LCH Prachand armed with? From destroying enemy air defenses to targeting slow-moving aircraft, the multi-role LCH can perform a variety of missions. Showcasing its purpose-built design for India's unique and extreme environments, Prachand can carry counter-insurgency operations in the jungles and at the same time can knock down bunkers and drones in Ladakh's high altitudes. Prachand is a versatile combat platform armed with 70mm rocket pods, Mistral air-to-air missiles and 20mm chain-mounted cannon. It possesses the potential to deploy anti-tank missiles like Helena or Pars-3. With a formidable night attack capability, the chopper boasts state-of-the-art avionics and electronic warfare suites. Now, being one of the most cost-effective combat helicopters in the world, the indigenous nature of Prachand will further eliminate challenges posed by foreign hardware. Compared to Pakistan's T-129 attack and China's Z-10, Prachand is evolving into a more reliable machine due to the rigorous demands placed on it. The Prachand helicopters will not only counter China and Pakistan but also facilitate India's aim to become self-reliant in defense. India is even pushing to bag export orders for LCH Prachand to Argentina or the Philippines. So will the LCH Prachand plus Apache combination prove to be India's deadly duo on the battlefield? The second attack helicopter in India's arsenal are the Apache AH-64Es, popularly known as tanks in the air. Deployed in desert camouflage in the western sector in Rajasthan near the Pakistan border, the Indian Defence Ministry procured these helicopters from American manufacturer Boeing. They play a pivotal role in thwarting any potential threats from the Pakistani military in the western sector. The Apache have certainly positioned India in a select group of nations as these advanced combat helicopters have missiles with a strike rate of 138 targets per minute. Fitted with state-of-the-art night vision systems, it's a potential asset in any aerial conflict scenario. Made to neutralize aerial threats and armored vehicles like tanks, the chopper is armed with AGM-114 Hellfire anti-tank missiles as well as Stinger missiles. The Army needs these helicopters to carry out operations as they have expertise in avoiding enemy radar. When compared to the LCH, the Apache is faster, it has more engine power and carries more weapons. However, according to Sputnik News, the LCH Prachand fits India's operational requirements like a glove, as it has the agility to maneuver in tight airspaces between the Himalayan mountain ranges. Now, these choppers will certainly catch the PLA off guard. Due to its low weight, the LCH can take off in high altitude of the Himalayas despite being loaded with its full quota of missiles. While the Apaches also have the ability to devastate Chinese or Pakistani tanks, the armed arsenal of Prachand is capable of performing better in Himalayan terrain and climate. China has a fleet strength of 281 attack helicopters and Pakistan has about 57. Now, India currently falls behind both of its enemies with about 40 attack helicopters in its fleet. However, the 156 new LCH will take India 3 times ahead of Pakistan and almost on par with the PLA. However, quality is always better than quantity. When locked in a potential conflict with India, China has hundreds of Z-10s and Z-19s as well as reconnaissance helicopters that have limited attack capabilities. With a domestically built WZ-9 engine considered to be weak for the 5.5-ton chopper, the Z-10s have been known as operationally unsuitable for high-altitude operations. They also lack effectiveness in taking off with a maximum load of weapons and operating in high-altitude areas. Pakistan is eyeing this same Chinese underperforming attack helicopter. It has also reportedly sought the purchase of 15 AH-1Z Viper attack helicopters, but they have reportedly lower operating altitudes. The big question is the LCH Prachand the perfect example of India's improved self-reliance in the defense manufacturing sector? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.